Outsiders. Friends of Clara.
How did you know that was Perkins?
Thank you for rescuing Clara.
Seems like Perkins picked up a stammer.
Its language module must have malfunctioned. Can you take us to Clara?
Outsiders are friends of Clara. Follow me.
You have visitors, Clara.
Oh, it's the variables.
Are you trying to start another fight?
There was a huge shaking just now coming up through the ground. Mr. Svarog said it must have been...
Recalculating. Conclusion. Engine of creation. 97.66% probability. The engine of creation was an immense construction machine created by the architects. It was not built to fight.
Well, whatever. We won. Thanks to that giant robot, we were finally able to take care of the Stellaron. And Branya made a promise. The underworld and the overworld will soon be reunited. Which means that you, Svarog, you won't have to worry about preserving the underworld for the time being.
March! Everyone! Thank you so much! I wasn't sure you guys would be able to do it, but now... Mr. Svarog, what do you say? You guys said you were travelers from other worlds, right? I want to be just like you. One day, I'm gonna go traveling to faraway places and make new friends.
Calculation result. Update. Mission number 0001. Preserve the underworld. Complete.
That's our Branya! Quick as a flash!
She certainly moves a lot faster than some people I know.
If you haven't got anything nice to say right now, zip it!
You made it. I thought you were about to miss out on a moment of history.
No way! After all our hard work, how could we miss out on the final celebration, right?
I don't know how much of a celebration we'll be having. But I know Hook and Clara will be pleased to sit with you. For Oleg and I, not to mention the other adults, reopening the passageway means rediscovering old ways of living. Return to normality. Survival is no longer the top of the agenda. But for the children who were born into this era, who grew up in this isolation, this will be a new life altogether. Once you've tasted freedom, it's difficult to accept a life of separation and isolation. Those of us whose childhoods were marred by tragedy, we must strive to do better for the next generation. I'm sorry. Here I am talking your ear off again. This is a day to remember. we should welcome it with smiles. If you have time, talk to the folks here. Every one of them will tell you about their excitement. Then when you're ready, let's go home.
It's been more than 10 years. I can finally see my little girl again. She must have graduated by now. I hope she found a good job. Government administration. Or legal consulting, perhaps. Please, Amber Lord, anything but those terrible magazine publishers. She's always liked to read those pointless things.
We have plenty of time.
Mommy, what do children in the overworld dress like?
Mommy doesn't know either, sweetie. The overworld is different from here. Their fashion is always changing. I don't know what's popular these days.
Then, will other children laugh at me when we go up?
Don't be silly. That won't happen. Mommy's gonna buy you some pretty new clothes as soon as we're on the surface.
Deal! Thanks, Mommy.
The guards, they move so quickly. Don't you think that's a little fishy?
I think it's hard to believe, but I've met that young lady, Branya. We didn't talk much, but she felt trustworthy to me.
I don't really know what kind of person the new Guardian is, but I heard the three outsiders are on good terms with her. Those three are really capable people. If they believe the guards, then there's no reason for us not to.
I guess.
Fedora's right. They saved lots of people at the mines. I think they can be trusted.
Finally, I can get back to supervising the cable cars. I thought I'd spend the rest of my life in those mines. Ah, it's you, the liberators of the underworld. You're the first passengers we've had since being sealed off. It'll be my honor to get you to the surface in one piece. Relax. In all my 20 years on the job, there were only ever... Anyway, none of them were serious. So, ready to climb aboard? Brothers, sisters, ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, gather round. The cable car passenger service is about to restart.
Whoa! Look at the big blue ceiling!
That's not a ceiling, Hook. That's the sky.
So this is the overworld? The air here smells different.
Less rust and geomarrow particles floating around. Take a deep breath, children. This is what freedom tastes like. I never thought I'd live to see the administrative district again. All those years. We've been through a lot, Natasha.
You're right, Oleg. It's funny. The moment I boarded the cable car, my mind was filled with everything I wanted to do on the surface. But now, just want to sit down, zone out, and watch the people coming and going. And let the day just pass me by.
Enjoy the peace and quiet, Natasha. We earned it.
It's Japard! Is he here to meet us?
He's still on duty. Huh. He must have recovered quickly.
Let's go say hi!
Welcome back to the Administrative District, Trailblazers.
Trailblazers. First time anyone's called us that on this planet.
The architects think it's only right that we should address you properly. Outsiders is hardly fitting anymore. Please allow me to apologize again for what happened in the restricted zone. You were only trying to help. I should have trusted Serval's judgment. Thanks for understanding. Lady Bronya's inaugural address will begin soon. She asked me to pass on her invitation to you.
Uh-huh. That's sooner than I expected. Is she well enough to...
Not really. But Lady Bronya insisted on delivering the speech as soon as possible. She wants the people to understand what happened. The address will be held at Everwinter Monument. I hope the three of you can find time to attend.
Look, there's a crowd gathering over there. Is the address starting soon?
Looks like it. Bronya hasn't arrived yet, though. Let's find somewhere to wait.
Guards! Formation!
Whoa, this must be it!
Citizens of Belobog, I kindly ask for your attention. Lady Bronya Rand's inaugural address will begin shortly. Please remain orderly.
People of Belobog, hear me! Today we gather here to celebrate our victory, but it was a sacrifice made by a mighty guardian that delivered us this opportunity. She dispelled an evil that cost us 700 years of suffering. And in the process, she paid the ultimate price. The sacrifice of Cocolia Rand ushers in a new chapter. The blizzard beyond the walls will die away, and the offensives of our Silvermane guards will begin to contain the Fragmentum's advance. In the far north, I witnessed with my own eyes the struggle between the late Supreme Guardian and the evil power that sought to destroy us. In her last moments, the Supreme Guardian told me her greatest regret. The order to seal off the underworld from the overworld. With the passage of time, she gradually came to realize the consequences of that decision. Although tortured with guilt, she could not undo the damage. In her final moments, she wanted us to mark the Stellaron's end by reuniting Belobog. Overworlders and Underworlders must embrace the dawn of a new age. Together, people of the Underworld, I dare not ask for your forgiveness. I now know the reality of your decade of suffering, but I want us to work together. We know that without your perseverance and hard work, Belobog will not recover its former glory, and the seed of civilization will not be preserved. And on that note, I'd like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to a few guests of the city. Most of you were not aware of their arrival, but it is thanks to them that our world now flourishes with hope. They made me realize that while we remain focused on preserving the ground beneath our feet, we should not forget to look up into the sky. I firmly believe that with the determination of everyone, our world, the world the Trailblazers call Jarilo-6, will no longer be alone among the stars. But before we accomplish that goal, I humbly ask you to follow me into the future. I, Bronya Rand, the 19th Guardian of Belobog, hereby take my oath.
Lady Bronya! Lady Bronya! Long live Belobog!
Bronya, we're back!
March, Don Hung, and you. It's wonderful you made it to the address. Sorry, I know the invitation was very last minute, but I needed to get the news out as soon as possible. The longer people waited, the more rumors started to swirl. The situation risked spinning out of control. Yes, I'm fine now, don't worry. My mother, she tried to force the voice of the Stellaron into my head. It was a terrible feeling. I don't know what would have happened if you hadn't shown up.
That was some speech, Bronya. If I had to talk like that in front of a huge crowd, I'd be shaking head to toe.
It was all just a bunch of palatable lies. I hope you never have a similar experience, March. I prefer to be honest with the people, but I also want to preserve their hope.
Don Hung, wanna talk about Mr. Yang's findings?
Allow me to explain.
Which means the fragmentum has already taken root by this point. Even though the Stellaron is sealed, we won't be able to reverse the damage immediately. No need for apologies. You've gone out of your way to save this world. You nearly lost your life. I have no right to ask for more. Besides, I agree with Mr. Yang. Ultimately, the fate of Belobog is in the hands of its own people. In that case, as a leader, I must give you a promise of the same weight. We will hold out with everything we have until the day you Trailblazers return. Even if it takes another 700 years, the children of Jarilo-6 will look up to the sky with hope in their hearts. So long, my friends. May the preservation bless your journey.
Congrats! That was one heck of a first trailblazing expedition.
Worth celebrating, I'd say. 2.5?
What? That run-of-the-mill, huh?
My scoring criteria are different from yours.
Anyway, we should be asking you. Any thoughts you want to share? Wait, what? No way! We're about to leave and I've hardly got any decent photos. Come on! Let's go back to the administrative district and hang out for a bit longer. Bronya said she's willing to wait 700 years for us. Huh. Don Hung, how long can humans live for?
Forever. But in that scenario, they can't be considered human anymore.
Yikes, so serious. I was just curious. Let's make sure we get them in the background. Okay, where to next? Oh, we haven't seen Serval since we got back. Let's head to the workshop.
You know what I mean.
Who's there? Didn't your parents tell you to knock before? It's you three. Come on in. I was just talking to Clara about you.
How have you been, big sister? Miss Serval's workshop is amazing. There are all kinds of things. I like it here a lot.
Miss Serval? Clara is such a well-mannered kid. Meanwhile, the architect's children are still calling me auntie and making me feel old. Photo? This feels like one of my fan meetups. Anyway, for you guys, I do autographs for free.
Photo. Oh, I remember. When I was little, Mr. Svarog took a photo for me.
Over here, Clara. Want to learn some cool poses? Pretty great. I wish the photographers at my shows had your skills.
Huh? Am I really that short? I thought...
Don't worry. If you eat like Don Hung, you'll be as tall as him one day.
I'll let that slip.
Here, keep it. A little farewell gift from the Astral Express.
Huh? You're leaving so soon? I understand. Well, this photo will always be close to my heart. I'll make a copy for you too, Clara.
Thanks, Miss Serval. Big sister, March, Dan Hung, thanks for taking care of me. Safe travels. If you have time, please come back and visit me and Mr. Svarog.
That's enough sightseeing and photo taking to last me a while. Time to head back to the Goethe Hotel for a good night's sleep.
We can sleep when we're back on the Express.
Not so fast! Last time we were here, that evil Madam Guardian interrupted us before we'd gotten the most out of our luxury suites. Don't you think we should make up for it? Come on! Himeko and Mr. Yang are grown-ups. I'm sure they'll cope without us for one night. Besides, don't you want to chit-chat with the locals now that Belobog is full of life again? I know I do.
The inauguration ceremony went very smoothly. I didn't expect so many Underworlders to come and listen to the address. Everyone seemed supportive, too. Seems like Branya made a pretty good impression on them. Yeah, possibly. They always think ahead. If those two approve of Branya, then everyone following Wildfire won't question her either. Of course I was! I was just hidden in the crowd. I'm glad you didn't notice me. Means I'm doing something right. I want to protect Branya in my own way. She wanted me to stand next to her, but I'm glad I stuck to my guns. Besides, I'm not sure I could handle that many people staring at me. No doubt. I figured that out back in the Underworld. Leave? So soon? I thought you'd stay for a few more days, or at least until everything had calmed down. Oh, I get it. People are waiting for you to go back so you can keep traveling, right? Shame. I thought we'd have more time to discuss all the crazy things you guys like to talk about. Looks like that'll have to wait till next time. And before you say anything, there will be a next time. I know we'll meet again.
If you walk with your head down and your heart full of fear, your steps will grow heavier and your spirit will suffer. But if you find something to look up to and move forward with hope, then your steps will grow lighter. And if you should fall,
You'll be on your feet before you know it. Thank you for teaching me this, Trailblazers.
At the end of your journey, all that perplexes you and troubles you will resolve.
Oh, it was a close thing, all right. Good thing it dawned on me. Hey, Sampo doesn't have to be a protagonist, right? The likes of us are better suited to, shadowy comic relief, eh? Turns out the Astral Express crew is more fun than I expected. You liked it? Really? Told you so. No. I'm in no hurry to leave. What? Oh, Epsilon? What fun can you get out of a giant Vanity Fair like that? True happiness always entails the manifestation of the dignity of mankind. Now, that's a quote I live by. Well, bye for now. Send my regards to the guys and girls in the tavern. Oh, and don't forget to say that Sempo Kasky will catch them for the next one. Time to make my curtain call. To you, my dear audience, I dedicate my performance. I wonder, did I bring a little more joy into your lives? You don't have to answer that. But if the answer is no, then you'll break my heart.
We should be getting back to the Express. Time to find March and Danhung.
Morning! How did you sleep? I'm full of energy myself. But the beds here are so nice.
Did you get Himiko's message? It's time to go. The conductor will nag us again if we put the express behind schedule.
Yeah. Well, pack your souvenirs and stuff. Back home we go. Here we are at last. It's sad to say goodbye.
Nothing lasts forever. You'll stop feeling sad the moment you set foot on the express.
Hey, I'm not that heartless, you know.
you three.
Himeko, Mr. Yang! Team Trailblaze back from duty. Mission 1 accomplished.
Although Welt and I didn't get the chance to go with you, I can tell you worked hard to bring things back to normal. Well done, everybody. And especially you. I heard a lot of good things about you. And miss out on a great adventure? I don't think you'd like that.
Get some rest on the Express. Jarilo-6 was not an easy ride. Pom-Pom is of the opinion that we should leave as soon as possible to avoid potential resurgences of the anomalies we experienced earlier. Himeko and I agree.
Which means we need to decide where our next destination is. Soon.
That's right.
That's the path of the Nameless, I presume. Always on the road, always trailblazing. I'm not complaining, by the way. One adventure after another, that's exactly what I signed up for.
Looks like March has fallen in love with the way of the Nameless. That's good to hear. You can head back to your rooms for some rest, or stay here and make yourselves a cup of coffee, whichever you like.
I'll head back to my room then.
There I was thinking this guy would gradually open up.
We need to give him some time, March. I think he treasures the time spent with you guys. About your battle against the Supreme Guardian and the whole Stellaron situation, you must have a lot of unanswered questions, I suppose. While you were away, Welt and I did some research and came to some interesting conclusions. Let me know if you want to ask about anything.
Home sweet home. Mr. Yang and Himeko must be bored given how long our train had to stay here. Where's our next stop? I can't wait!
The Express crew tread upon the Trailblaze. We travel between worlds, like a thread weaved into the life stories of others. The universe is vast beyond our imagination. It's a miracle that our paths converge. The fact that we get to know and travel with each other can only be seen as the design of destiny. Thank you for becoming our companion. I'll do my best to answer any questions you may have. Sure. Oftentimes, those who are involved in historic events don't have the opportunity to see things from a wider perspective. I hope as an onlooker, I may provide some help. Klapoth the Preservation is known for their indifference. Unless you become a zealot like those with the corporation, it's hard to share in the Eon's power. Determined to preserve the world they loved, the architects held on for hundreds of years. But as the Fragmentum continued to advance, their already wavering faith started to show some cracks. And one particular guardian, Cocolia, abandoned the path of preservation altogether. In contrast, you stood your ground and proved your faith in the Amber Lord. Judging by how the battle turned out, Klapoth responded to your wish. Their gaze infused you with the power to wield the weapon of a supreme guardian and to take control of the Colossus. Don't mention it. Welt and I may have stayed on the Express this whole time, but we've been watching over you from the moment you set foot on Jarilo-6. Friends look after each other. The same goes for us Nameless. Please remember, no matter where you are in the universe, the Express will always be behind you. Is a Stellaron. There's no doubt about that. What I've gathered so far suggests it's likely that the Supreme Guardian was corrupted by the Stellaron at a very young age. All the tragedies that came after can be traced to that point. On the flip side, we can't judge Cocolia too harshly. Imagine if it were you or me who had to sit on the throne and watch the city slowly being brought to its knees. Would we not question what we believed in? Sure, ask away. We've got plenty of time. Welt may be better equipped to answer that. But if you want my 2 cents, I'd say it's unlikely. I guess it's possible, but it would take a long time. I can tell from your report that the new Supreme Guardian of Belobog is a smart young lady with leadership qualities. What's more important is that she now understands her people after the journey with you. The firm and honest support she gets from people around her will also prove immensely useful. But fate likes to play tricks on people. Even if during their lifetime they manage to make Jarilo-6 prosper again to a certain degree, they will remain vulnerable and helpless to countless threats lurking in the recesses of the universe. We can only give them our best wishes from afar. It's virtually impossible to destroy a Stellaron. No one, not even Herta, has found a way to break its structure. The best we can do at this stage is to prevent its energy from overflowing. When the Supreme Guardian was defeated, the Stellaron that had been transmitting energy to her exposed its weakness to us for a brief period of time, allowing Welt and I to contain its power. That's about all we can do about a Stellaron. It may be suppressed for now, but it's only a matter of time before it regains power. But this brief window should allow the people on this planet to heal and rebuild. You're most welcome. Have some rest. You've earned it.
So, your first trailblazing expedition has concluded. How do you feel? Be it joy or pain, success or regret, it's all part of the journey. Those feelings will accompany you as long as you tread on the trailblaze, and one day you'll grow used to them. It seems you have something on your mind. Let's hear it. I'd like to hear a fresh perspective myself. As talkative as Himiko is, we've pretty much run out of topics. I'm afraid not. As I've mentioned before, the Stellaron's influence on Jarilo-6 is more profound than we might think. I don't think Belobog's fight against the lingering effects of the Stellaron will end anytime soon. But the balance of power is tilting ever so slightly towards humanity, the crucial factor being the hope you brought about. As intangible as it may sound, don't underestimate hope, because the power it inspires has no limit. Like the Stellaron, it's a seed that may grow into something much bigger. But, in my opinion, the fruit that hope bears will have a much bigger impact than that of the Stellaron. Is that so? Well, I think you did the right thing. It's better to move forward with the burden of knowledge than to tread a perilous road with blind optimism. I remember a distant world where the people were faced with unimaginable danger every single day. But they saved their planet time after time with wisdom and courage. This goes to show how much of a difference ordinary people can make. I hope Jarilo-6 sees that too. I too wish to go with you, but Himiko insisted on letting you and your friends rise to the challenge. I'd been observing what's happening on the ground from the Express, and I have to admit that I got sweaty palms a couple times. I was glad to see you three meet friends you could trust and overcome hardships. Well done. Himiko was calm from the very beginning. She kept telling me to trust you youngsters' decisions. And she was right. I really need to stop worrying so much. Likewise. Get some sleep. We'll be heading off again soon.
Pom-Pom, we're back!
Shh! Checking star rail stability. Pom-Pom needs to focus.
Good to see you too.
Spatial readout. Back to the normal bracket. Star rail stability keeps rising. 56%, 57%. The numbers have stabilized. Dispatch the Express. Oh, welcome back to the Express. You've accomplished your Trailblaze mission. The Express appreciates your help. Thanks to you, the Space Fisher is healing up, and the Star Rail has become stable enough for us to dispatch the Express. As for the coaches, Pom-Pom's checked every nook and cranny and made sure everything's in good order. Don't worry about it.
Jarilo-6 probably doesn't have anything worth buying anyway. Plus, it's your first time on a Trailblaze mission, so Pom Pom will let it slide this time. But don't forget, next time! The destination will be announced at the navigation meeting. For now, get some rest and stay tuned. Oh, Pom Pom almost forgot. There you go. Careful not to spill it.
Thank you, Conductor.
Right away! To avoid encountering the anomalies again, the Express will dispatch shortly and head to a more stable area. For your safety, please don't leave your seat until the Express has reached cruising speed.